So, hello and welcome back. Good morning again to all the viewers. We are in the 30th Inter ID Staff Sports Meet, and one more cricket match is going on here. It's in between IIT Roorkee and IIT Palakkad. IIT Roorkee, they are batting here at the moment and building a good partnership. 13 without loss is this score. With that wide, I think it's going to be 14. Yes, it is. We have seen that good matches so far. We are in the day 3 now. Again, last ball coming up. Just a simple push to get a single, and he's going to keep the strike in the next over. 2 gone, it's 15 without loss, IIT Roorkee. Boss, he's on strike now. Flick of a wrist to get more runs on the board. He's just trying to stop a ball, but the ball generated a pace after hitting the ankle of the fielder there. It should have been stopped, but the batter is lucky. Wasn't expecting a boundary there. Just have a look at that again. He's just chasing the ball. Chase the ball for a bit, and then it's the left leg, and the ball travels more faster towards the boundary. 19 without loss. Ajit is bowling his second over. IIT Palakkad need that wicket in the early stages of the game, and the plan is simple to take that wickets in the early overs. This time couldn't connect it well. It couldn't came from the middle of the bat. He's surely going to get a single. I think he'll try to get a single on that occasion. But that's a good delivery. He's keeping it fuller. Just trying not to give the space for the batter to shuffle inside the crease. We have seen good matches so far. We have seen that good totals on the board, and then second innings very disastrous for the teams who are chasing. Just grab a single. Good work there by these two batters, and you need that coordination if you want to capture that single just by pushing the ball, because the fielders are right there. So if you mix up there in between, then the chances of getting run out will increase. They know that. They have that enough understanding, and they're calling each other before running. Again, gonna get runs on the board. Will be settling down with a single there. Smart batting there. We have seen that they are hitting the boundaries. We have seen that they are rotating the strike as well. So sensible batting by these two batters so far. That's how you're going to build a long partnership, massive partnership on the board. And if you are able to get that in the initial overs, then it's a Christmas gift for the upcoming batters then. Just a placement to get a single. And the fielder is right there at the backward point. So they're trying to keep it very tight at the offside. Just don't want to give that runs. But it's a good go over so for the batters, because they've got a boundary on the first delivery. Very unconventional way to get a boundary, but they would be happy to see that. Then 4 singles, so 8 runs from this over already. One more ball to go. 23 is the total we have got. Coming forward to get a single. Sahil is going to keep a strike on with him in the next over. 3 gone, it's 24 without loss. Yuvraj is going to continue from other end. He's getting that swing, so that's why they're continuing with the same bowler. Need to get that set batter out. Need to break that partnership, that opening pair. All eyes on that. The bowlers are trying their level best to get the wicket, but these two batters trying to stick in there, hanging in and getting that runs for the team. Smacked it nicely through the covers. And the field placement is superb there. Just want to stop that boundaries that will come with the drives. Only a single on that occasion. And the best part is they have very less number of dot balls in this inning so far. We are in the fourth over, and I hardly able to see that dot deliveries. So that because of that, the pressure is not building on the batters. They're just pushing the ball, tapping the ball, and running, and they're scoring the boundaries as well. So it's a good score. It's a good score in the fourth over. Grabbed the single very nicely. Field placement is beautiful. Nothing wrong in that, but just a brilliance we are able to see from the batters to get that singles. And they're rotating the strike pretty well. On each and every ball, they're just trying to get a single at least. Through the onside, races towards the boundary. Long chase for the fielder, and he's gonna stop that. Good work by the fielder there at the back. Surely gonna receive that couple of runs on the board. As the ball went far, it's towards the boundary line. Surely gonna get some runs on the board. These two batters will try to stick in more. And if they stick it right through the power play, if they don't lose the wicket, then it's going to be a great thing for the batters. Good shot, but straight to the fielder. It's connecting the ball well. Both Saurabh on the other side, Sahil also getting that boundaries, getting that sweet spot of the bat, trying to time the ball from the mid of the bat. Got, got good results so far. Oh, it is the bats, I believe. So wide hasn't been given. Just going towards the lake, and I think it hits the bats. Good over so far from Yuvraj. Stopped the boundaries and maintaining that good line and length. Just have a look at that. Single they have taken. The fielders are right there in the circle, but just a push. And they're just running for the singles. Beautiful work by these two batters there. 4 gone, it's 29 without loss. 2 overs are left in the power play. They will try to use that over of power play. These 2 overs will be crucial. Both the batters are playing at 13. Settled out there. Best number of deliveries and getting that idea of the pitch. Would be expecting that 40-50 on the board at the end of the power play. Risk free shots, it's always amaze me. Would appreciate that effort because if you take that risk, then you have to fully commit for that. Otherwise, you ended up losing your wicket. That's we have seen in the past matches. You have that confidence that you can clear the boundary or and clear the fence, but only then you can go for the lofted shot. Otherwise, play that risk-free shots, play that shots with the timing, and you will still get more runs on the board. Good shot, but the fielder right there at the long off is gonna get a single, another single. One good thing is they are not facing that dot balls here. They're trying to minimize that dot percentage from the start of the game. That's why they're able to rotate the strike. That's why they're able to get that runs on the board on each and every ball. Again, he's gonna get a single, fumbles that off. Just we have that two fours, two boundaries so far in this innings, but still the scoreboard is at 33. We are in the fifth over. Outside edged and rolls over the grass for four. Wasn't wasn't in a good position to strike because he wanted to hit that through the covers and the ball went towards the third man. But that's what they say, when you slash harder, you have to have that full swing of the bat when you're committing that shot so that the ball will pick up the pace. And that's why we have seen was racing towards the boundary in the blink of an eye. Talking about the boundaries, and he's able to hit that in this over. Played with a straight bat beautifully. Again, he's just wondering where the ball went. He's gonna put that smile on the face also. But the ballers will not enjoy that. 5 gone, it's 39 without loss. IIT ROORKEE. Now comes the crucial over. Is the last over of the batting power play. Ooh, field restrictions are on. Sahil, he's gonna take up a charge, I believe. Smashed! And the first boundary came on the first ball. Beautiful shot that is. He exactly knew where to hit that ball. He was having that field placement in his mind. And he placed the ball in the gap. Lofted shot, but calculated risk has been taken in that. Nothing wrong in that. He exactly knew where the fielders are. Smacked away nicely in the gap for four. Good delivery. Wide Yorker will surely gonna get a single. That's a sensible batting. You are able to hit the boundary on the next ball, boundary on the previous ball, and then you are running. You're just tapping and running, getting a single, keeping that strike rotation all also on also. It's a best thing to watch. With the batters moved onto the 20s. Slow one, wide Yorker, an attempt of that, and he's superb with that. 2 in 2, absolutely on the money. 3 balls. They will try to hit it harder. They will try to get that more boundaries because they also know that will not get that chance after the power play. The chances of getting a boundary is going to be decreased down for a while. They will try to use that conditions in these 3 balls. They will try to hit that boundaries and maximums. They say only if the bad ball comes, we are going to hit that. Otherwise, we are okay with singles and doubles. We are okay with rotating the strike. 45 without loss. Still a decent score on the board. So they are going to reach towards 50, I believe. One more boundary is going to come. That's my prediction. Smacked away nicely in the gap. Pierce the two fielders, and here they go. They have listened to me. On the next ball, he's able to smash that off through the covers and caught a boundary. Look at his hand-eye coordination is coming in the picture. He was watching the ball and then places the ball by using his wrist. Pierce the two fielders and got a boundary. 49 without loss is the score. And a single to win that. Oh, mix up. Still, I think he's able to manage that off inside the crease. He's still appealing. The bowler is very much interested, but I think he's safe. He's able to put the heart in that effort. He's putting that extraordinary effort to make himself safe inside the crease. Somehow they're able to get that 50 on the board after the end of the 6 overs, end of the power play. But that was a close call. So mix-up was there. Yes, no, and then they're able to get that run inside. And with that completes the 50. IIT Roorkee, very good total on the board after the end of the power play. Would be happy to see that partnership building up, and it's a platform that is going to set up for the upcoming batters. It all dependent on each and every batter. It all dependent on the partnership, how you play in that upcoming, how you play in that overs of the power play. The initial overs, if you are able to tackle that, then it's gonna be a good platform for the upcoming batters. Haven't lost a single wicket so far. Bowling unit is searching for the wicket, but haven't got it. IIT Palakkad. They badly want that wicket now. Because if this partnership is going to continue, then more worries coming for IIT Palakkad. They also know that middle overs are always going to be tricky, where the spinners will come in, will try to show the magic with the ball, will try to turn the ball, will try to get a wicket. But these two batters are settled out there. I think they are going to play with singles and doubles more, because they also know that it's going to be easy to place the ball in the gap now, because the field is opened. You can easily smack the ball in the gap and get more runs on the board. ये देखिए, पहले ही बॉल पे बहुत बड़ा शॉट खेलने का प्रयास और सफलता हासिल की है। तो पहले ही बॉल पे स्वागत किया है गणेश का। थोड़ी सी रूम मिलेगी तो फिर यही नतीजा होगा। सेट हो चुके, बहुत बहुत बाहर थी गेंद और फुल टॉस भी। तोहफा है था ये क्रिसमस का तोहफा, और ये कबूलते हुए कबूल किया, दोनों हाथों से कबूल किया। 54 पे कोई नुकसान है नहीं, एक भी विकेट नहीं है। अगर ये ऐसी गेंद मिलेगी तो फिर सोने पे सुहागा। 175 बन सकता है यहां से देखा जाए तो। उसके लिए काफी टाइम है। मिडिल ओवर्स में क्या होता है उसके ऊपर सब गेम निर्भर रहता है। एक बार फिर से वो फुल टॉस थी, थोड़ी सी स्किड होते हुए आई गेंद, लेकिन कमाल का प्लेसमेंट था। 2 रन तो कम से कम मिल जाएंगे। अच्छा स्टॉप किया बाउंड्री लाइन पे, अच्छा फुटवर्क। 2 रन मिल जाएंगे फिर से। वो 6 रन आ चुके हैं 2 गेंदों में पहले। दबाव महसूस करेंगे थोड़ा सा गणेश। साहिल सरदाना रेडी है, एक और हिट के लिए रेडी है। वो बाजू को खोलना चाहते हैं। जब भी वो खराब गेंद मिलेगी तो फिर वो चूकेंगे नहीं। अब वाइड के साथ फिर से एक बार डालना पड़ेगा। 1 रन मिल पाएगा क्या, ये देखने वाली बात। नहीं भागेंगे, वो रिस्की हो जाता। तो सीधी जा रही थी गेंद फील्डर के हाथों में, तो आप रिस्क लेना नहीं चाहेंगे, आप गलती नहीं करना चाहेंगे खुद से। इस बार पॉइंट की दिशा में फील्डर के हाथों के ऊपर लग के गई है शायद गेंद। वो डाइविंग एफर्ट जरूर था, कमाल का डाइविंग एफर्ट, लेकिन वो कैच हो नहीं पाया। रन्स आ जाएंगे बोर्ड पे। प्रयास तो काफी अच्छा था, लेकिन वो कैच हो नहीं पाया, थोड़े से दूर रह गए बस। वो टर्न देखिए, कमाल का टर्न, बॉल अंदर की तरफ घूमी, एकदम से वो पट के, एक्सपेक्ट किया नहीं था इतना स्पिन, और हमने देखा नहीं है इतना स्पिन। कल के मैचेस देखे हमने, ये तीसरा दिन है, अभी तक जितने भी मैचेस हमने देखे तो वहां पे उतना टर्न देखने के लिए मिला नहीं था, लेकिन इस बार देखने के लिए मिल रहा है आज के दिन। इस बार बॉल जहां पे गिरी वहां पे जाने की कोशिश, और फिर वो सिंगल हासिल किया। 11 रन आए इस ओवर में, 7 के बाद 61 बिना किसी नुकसान पे, IIT रुड़की। एक छोर से वो पेसर को लगाना चाहते हैं, तो ये डेडली कॉम्बिनेशन होता है, एक छोर से पेसर, दूसरे छोर से स्पिनर, वो विकेट की तलाश जारी है, वो मेहनत जारी है, सफलता मिलेगी कब ये देखने वाली बात। सौरभ बोस, दूसरी छोर से साहिल सरदाना, दोनों सेट हो चुके। अंकेश, नए गेंदबाज, वो उंगलियों को फेरा था पहले ही गेंद पे, ये मिसफील्ड और ये चौका। इनका भी ग्रैंड वेलकम, स्वागत है आपका अंकेश, कहते हुए बोस सौरभ। फील्डर के पास जाती हुई गेंद, लेकिन रोक नहीं पाए, टप्पा आगे गिरा और फिर वो चली गई बाउंड्री के पार। इनफैक्ट ये कैच का भी मौका बन सकता था, थोड़ा सा मिस जज किया, तो फिर बॉलर नाखुश। वो पहली बॉल पे अगर बाउंड्री आप मारते हो तो फिर वो दबाव बहुत ज्यादा बढ़ता है बॉलर के ऊपर का, वो पहले ही ओवर डाल रहे हो अपने अपने स्पेल की। इशारा दिखाई, इस बार भी मिसफील्ड, इस बार भी मिसफील्ड, लेकिन इस बार कवर अप के लिए फील्डर होगा तैनात, 2 रन मिल जाएंगे। वो स्टॉप होना चाहिए था, आसानी से वो बॉल जा रहा था उनकी तरफ, दिखना चाहिए था, क्योंकि बॉलर का दबाव और बढ़ता है फिर, ऐसी मिसफील्ड होगी, ऐसी गलतियां करोगे तो फिर ये देखिए नजर आता हुआ, समझा दे उनको कि क्या हुआ, क्यों रोका नहीं आपने। 67 बिना किसी नुकसान पे, अच्छा टोटल बना है अब तक, पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड हो रही है, आगे बढ़ रही है। इस बार कनेक्शन उतना खास नहीं, लेकिन बॉल तेज रफ्तार के साथ जा रही है। ये देखिए स्टॉप, अंतिम समय में वो स्टॉप किया, वो रोक लिया कैसे जैसे करके। तो पहले बार में फंस चुके थे, दूसरी बार वो क्विक रिफ्लेक्स उस वजह से वो रोकने में कामयाब। कितने रन्स मिले ये देखने वाली बात, 2 ही रन्स मिले शायद, वो शॉर्ट रन, एक शॉर्ट रन, 3 भागे जरूर थे, लेकिन वो 2 ही मिल पाएंगे, वही समझाते हुए अंपायर। अपील तो काफी जोरों खोरों से, लेकिन कोई इंटरेस्ट नहीं अंपायर को, जानते थे कि बाखूबी से वो बैट से आया है, शायद नहीं, वो पैरों से आया था। लेग स्टंप मिस कर जाता, ओनली एक ही इशू दिख रहा है, एक ही इशू दिख रहा है यहाँ पे कि वो लेग स्टंप को मिस कर जाता, अदरवाइज सब सही था। 70 बिना किसी नुकसान पे, IIT रुड़की। फील्डर के पास सीधा, इस बार रन नहीं मिलेगा। तो ये चाहिए आपको, जितना आप डॉट खिलवाओगे उतना ही प्रेशर बनेगा बैटर्स के ऊपर का, तभी आपको वो चांस मिलेगा विकेट का। अदरवाइज ये दो अपसेट हो चुके, पुश करेंगे बॉल को गैप में और फिर वो सिंगल्स डबल्स हासिल करके स्ट्राइक रोटेशन करके पार्टनरशिप बिल्ड करते जाएंगे आखिरी समय तक। कुछ ना कुछ अलग करना पड़ेगा आईआईटी पलक्कड़ को। विकेट चाहिए तो फिर वो सेटअप बनाने पड़ेगा कैसे भी करके। 8 के बाद 71 विदाउट लॉस। इस बार फंसा लिया था लगभग, लेकिन बॉल चली गई दूसरी दिशा में। प्लेस करना चाहते थे थोड़ा सिंगल के लिए, सिंगल मिल गया लेकिन कुछ अलग अंदाज में मिला। तेज डाली थी इस बार, लेकिन देखा था, परखा था उन्होंने, पिक किया था जल्दी से, उस वजह से अच्छे पोजीशन में आए और सिंगल ले लिया। वो वेरिएशन करना पड़ेगा आपको, पेस के साथ, गति के साथ कुछ अलग करना पड़ेगा बैटर्स को सेट करने के लिए। सेट बैटर को आउट करना है तो फिर वो सेटअप चाहिए आपको, या फिर बैटर खुद गलती करे तो फिर वो विकेट मिल सकती है। बिना सेटअप के नहीं तो नहीं होगा। ये फिर से डालनी पड़ेगी गेंद 73 पे, कोई नुकसान है नहीं, अच्छी पार्टनरशिप ये। थोड़ा सा दूर रख रहे, अच्छी बात, ये हिटिंग आर्क से थोड़ा सा दूर रखने की कोशिश, लेकिन रन आ रहे, वो आसानी से आएंगे। अगर गलती नहीं होगी बल्लेबाज की तरफ से तो फिर वो आसानी हो जाएगी इस पार्टनरशिप को आगे बढ़ाने के लिए। सिंगल्स डबल्स ये चल जाएगा क्योंकि जिस अंदाज में खेल रहे हैं ये दो, और रन रेट भी काफी अच्छा है। रिस्क लेने की कोई जरूरत है नहीं, लेकिन यहाँ पे रिस्क लिया, लेकिन कैलकुलेटेड रिस्क। फील्डर से थोड़ा सा दूर, संपर्क खास हुआ था नहीं। वो अगर संपर्क खास हुआ होता तो फिर शायद से वो चली जाती फील्डर के पास, क्योंकि फील्डर तैनात था मिड विकेट पे। 5 सिंगल आ चुके, एक वाइड, फिर भी 6 रन इस ओवर में। ये देखिए कमाल का शॉट, कमाल का टाइमिंग, और गैप में भेजा है। अंत अच्छा किया है, वो मीठा अंत किया है इस ओवर का। 10 रन आए इस ओवर से भी। नो लुक शॉट, कमाल का ये शॉट था, टाइमिंग लाजवाब बोस। इस वक्त बॉस है मैदान में। और एक गेंद बाकी है वैसे। इस बार बीट किया था इस बार, एज लगा था शायद, लेकिन वो कैच हो नहीं पाया। वो साफ दिखता हुआ डिसअपॉइंटमेंट। 9 के बाद 80 पे कोई विकेट नहीं। ये देखिए फिर से वो बॉल देखिए, बिल्कुल शायद एज लगा था। ये देखिए बिल्कुल पास से गई थी, शायद एज लगा था, इस वजह से वो कॉन्फिडेंट थे बॉलर और कीपर भी, लेकिन वो कैच हो नहीं पाया। ड्रॉप कैच ही वो कंसिडर होगा। वो मौका बनाया था, वो कैच पकड़ लेना चाहिए था। 11 ओवर यहाँ से बचते हैं तो फिर देखना पड़ेगा कि यहाँ से क्या वो कहानी पलटती है, क्या वो ट्विस्ट आता है कहानी में। उस कहानी में अगर ट्विस्ट लाना है तो फिर वो विकेट चाहिए, नहीं तो फिर हो गया काम। बैटर्स आगे तक लेके जाएंगे गेम को, और एक बड़ा टोटल आपको देखने के लिए मिल सकता है फिर। लेग स्पिन पिक किया था, दिशा दिखाई और चौका हासिल किया। ये खराब गेंद थी, विड्थ नहीं दे सकते आप, रूम जितनी मिलेगी सेट बैटर्स को तो फिर वो चूकेंगे नहीं इस वक्त। पूरी तरह से यहाँ पे डायरेक्शन चेंज किया, शफल किया क्रीज के अंदर, बैकफुट पे गए और सनील के इस पहले गेंद पे वो स्वागत किया अच्छे से। रन रेट काफी बढ़ता हुआ, बाउंड्रीज आ रहे। एक बार फिर से वो फ्लाइट दी थी, हवा में है इस बार फील्डर के पास, फील्डर मौजूद। वो इनवाइट कर रहे हैं बैटर को बार बार। अच्छी रणनीति है लेकिन विड्थ से बचे। अगर आप ज्यादा रूम दोगे तो फिर बैटर आपको बहुत दूर भेजेगा उस बॉल को, वो बहुत पिटाई होगी फिर। ये अच्छा है, आगे रखने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं और आगे रखना चाहिए क्योंकि वो वहां से फिर टाइम नहीं मिलता अपने आप को एडजस्ट करने के लिए। लेकिन अगर बैक ऑफ लाइन डिलीवरीज आएंगी यहाँ पे तो फिर वो तोहफा होगा, आसानी हो जाएगी बैटर्स को फिर यहाँ से लंबे छक्के मारने के लिए। ये छोड़ दिया, कोई जरूरत थी नहीं वहां पे खेलने की, बहुत बाहर था ये गेंद। थोड़े से कंफ्यूज थे लेकिन बाद में अपने आप को एडजस्ट किया, तो सिंगल के साथ सेटल होना चाहेंगे। पहले बड़े शॉट के लिए जाना चाहते थे फ्रंट फुट वर्क करके, लेकिन देखा कि बॉल थोड़ा सा और पीछे, तो बड़े शॉट से बेटर है कि वो सिंगल निकालना, निकाल लिया। एज लगा था, दिशा दिखाने की कोशिश की थी अंतिम समय पे। बॉल ज्यादा टर्न हो रही है उस वजह से कहीं ना कहीं थोड़े से कंफ्यूज हो रहे बैटर्स। दोनों बल्लेबाज अब 40 पे पहुंच चुके, इनटू द 40s। इस बार भी रिस्की शॉट, जोखिम उठाई थी लेकिन सेफ है, सिंगल मिल पाएगा। इस ओवर में भी 10 रन आए, वो चौके के साथ स्वागत किया था लेकिन उसके बाद में कमबैक अच्छा। उसके बाद में केवल 6 रन, 10 के बाद 90 बिना किसी नुकसान पे आई रोर की। ना कहीं यहाँ पे शिकंजा कसा है गणेश ने। वो एक्सपेंसिव साबित जरूर हुए, लेकिन जिस काम के लिए सौंपा गया था उनको, वो काम बाखूबी से निभाया है। 1 विकेट की मांग थी तो उन्होंने कहा मैं 2 विकेट निकाल के दे सकता हूँ। 2 विकेट निकाले एक ही ओवर में। पहले गेंद पे वो सिर्फ बैटर को चलता किया, उसके बाद में 8 रन आए, फिर विकेट। अब सौरभ स्ट्राइक पे, इनके कंधों पे अब ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, क्योंकि ये सेट हो चुके हैं। 100 लग चुका है बोर्ड पे। केवल 11वीं ओवर चल रही है और 101 पे 2 है स्कोर। अभी 2 विकेट्स गए, लेकिन उसके पहले जादू चल रहा था बिल्कुल। रन्स आ रहे थे गुच्छे में। ये गेम टर्निंग ओवर हो सकती है क्या? समय बताएगा। 9 ओवर का खेल बाकी है। 101 पे 2 स्कोर, ये बड़ी सफलता, बड़ी ओवर ये, गणेश के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से और पलक्कड़ के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू से। देखते हैं कि क्या होता है आने वाले 9 ओवर्स में। 101 पे 2 11 के बाद। स्वीप किया है और चौका मिलेगा। कोई फील्डर फ्रेम में है नहीं, ये रुकने वाले हैं नहीं। वो रनों के ऊपर रोक लगाने की कोशिश है। विकेट लिए है पिछले ओवर में, लेकिन ये सेट हो चुके। स्पिन, लेग स्पिन, उस वजह से वो थोड़ा सा मौका मिला, रूम मिला। लेग स्टंप के ऊपर जाने वाली थी गेंद, वो थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे मिडल स्टंप या फिर ऑफ स्टंप के यहाँ पे टारगेट करने की जरूरत है सनील को। वो दबाव बनाया है पिछले ओवर में, तो फिर उसको कंटिन्यू करना चाहेंगे इस ओवर में। कंटिन्यू करना भी चाहिए। एक बार फिर से खराब गेंद, वही नतीजा शायद, वही नतीजा। चौका मिल जाएगा। बैक टू बैक बाउंड्रीज यहाँ पे। नाखुश रहेंगे। वो दबाव बनाया था पहले पिछले ओवर में, तो कहीं ना कहीं आपको वो रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी लेनी पड़ेगी। फिर नहीं तो फिर दबाव रिलीज हो जाएगा। अभी अच्छा खासा दबाव रिलीज हो गया है, छूट चुका है, क्योंकि 2 बाउंड्रीज आए। तो खराब गेंद, ये काफी दूर, लेग स्टंप से काफी दूर, तो फिर वहां पे तोहफा है। कोई परेशानी होगी नहीं बैटर को बाउंड्रीज हासिल करने के लिए। 49 पे पहुंच चुका है उनका आंकड़ा 35 गेंदों में। एक बार फिर से खराब गेंद, ये बहुत खराब गेंद। फील्डर तैनात है, लेकिन थोड़ी सी लाइन आपको ठीक करनी पड़ेगी। ये भी चौका हो सकता था। उसके साथ ही 50 का आंकड़ा इनका पार। 51, 51, ये देखिए सेलिब्रेशन देखिए, बिल्कुल हेड की याद दिला दी। कंट्रोल में दिखे शुरुआत से। 141 का स्ट्राइक रेट है, लेकिन एक भी मैक्सिमम है नहीं इस पारी में। तो शुरुआत से वो बना लिया था कि हम रिस्क फ्री शॉट खेलेंगे, बाउंड्रीज हासिल करेंगे, लेकिन रिस्क फ्री। वो ग्राउंडेड शॉट शुरुआत से हमने देखे। और ये कमाल की बल्लेबाजी बोझ सौरभ की। एक छोर संभाला हुआ है अब तक, और चाहेंगे कि इसको बड़े स्कोर में कब तब्दील किया जाए। तो उनका डटे रहना काफी ज्यादा जरूरी है उसके लिए। 111 लग चुका है वैसे भी बोर्ड पे, तो फिर वो 180-90 तक आसानी से पहुंचना चाहिए ये टोटल को। विकेट एक ही ओनली ऑप्शन है आयरी पलक्कड़ के पास, जिससे वो रन गति के ऊपर रोक लगा। बैटिंग पार्टनरशिप की, लेकिन बॉलिंग पार्टनरशिप भी उतनी ही अहम है। अगर एक खिलाड़ी, एक बॉलर अगर विकेट चटका रहा है, प्रेशर क्रिएट कर रहा है, तो फिर दूसरों को भी उस प्रेशर। पिच इन एंड The middle stump is going for the walk. What a delivery! That's gonna give that full confidence to the bowler. That's what we were talking about. He has to manage that off, and he got that set batter out. Boss Saurabh completely missed that line. And what a ball. What a way to get that middle stump off out of the ground. That's gonna put a massive smile on the face of the bowler. Just wanted to continue that pressure. And bad start he has got to this over, but comeback is always important than setback. And that's what he has proven in that over. Still one ball to go. And now the pressure is going to be on the batters because they have lost a couple of wickets and they have lost the wicket of set batters. So opening pair is finally back to the pavilion. All eyes on these new batters. Will they able to maintain that momentum? Will they able to score that runs? That's what we need to see now. Too much flight on offer. Appealing for that, but I think hasn't found an edge. Well gone. It's 113 for 3. These 2 overs were game changing for that bowling unit. They were looking for the wicket. They have got the first and they have got the second in the same over, and now they've got third. So within that less period of time, they have got back-to-back wickets. They will try not to lose that momentum. They will try to bring more pressure on the batters by taking the wickets. They will try to put pressure on the new batters by forcing them to play their dots. The more the dots they will play, the better the chances will be for the bowlers to take more wickets on this game. Ganesh is bowling his last over of the spell, so he will try to continue that momentum. He will try to put that pressure. Vinod Kumar is able to get off the mark with that single, though. Just pushes the ball through the gap and got a single. These two batters will be in fear to play that lofted shots now. For the next 2-3 overs, they will try to settle in down. They will try to push the ball in the gap. They can surely get a boundaries by placing the ball. Pure placement is required for that because the field is open. It's widely open. So if you want to score the boundary, then you need to be picture perfect in the placement. Too much flight, and he's getting that spin, a massive spin he's getting, especially Ganesh. So he's turning the ball left, and that's why the batters are getting confused where the ball is going. That's a quicker one. He wasn't in a good position, but somehow he's able to manage that. He tracks the bat in between the ball and places the ball. Still a dot delivery. I think they've got a single. Yes, they've got it. A quick signal has been taken in that. Last ball of his spell coming up. Slow, very slow that is, and that's why. That's given White. He has to bowl one more time. Oh, inside edge. So wiped there. Misses the stumps by an inch. That's a beautiful spell of Ganesh comes to an end. He was expensive in the previous overs, but that last 2 overs were game changing for him, and he would be happy to get that 2 wickets also. He's able to fill that column of wickets. He has given 36, 2 important wickets in the same over. That's gonna be a game changing over. That's a mood turning over for the fans of IIT Palakkad. 13 gone, it's 119 for 3. IIT ROORKEE. The current run rate is of 9. So that is the momentum they have set up in the initial phases of the game. Now, these two batters, can they carry that momentum? Can they maintain that run rate? That's what we need to see now. Dr. Kiran and Vinod Kumar, these are the new batters coming in, just trying to place the ball, guiding the ball in the gap and getting that doubles and singles. They have to play like that till the 15th, 16th over, and then they can smash that off out of the park whenever they want, because they will be getting that license in the death overs then. Trying to sweep that off, hasn't got a good connection. Oh, Miss Filch. Backup is there at the boundary line. Backup should be there. They are able to get double again. Just timing the ball, just tapping the ball into the gap and getting that double again and again. Sunil, he has got a wicket also on his name in the previous over. So within that 2 overs, they have lost 3 wickets. That's an off spin. He wasn't expecting that, but he is very smart out there. He was just watching his wrist, and you have to watch that wrist. That's how you got a good idea what ball he's gonna ball. Otherwise, the things would be tough to identify where the ball is gonna go. That's up in the air. The chance. It's away from the fielder at the short third man. So wise with that. Just wanted to go for the lofted shot. Just wanted to go for the maximum. But the ball went with an outside edge towards the third man. He wanted to clear it towards the long on, towards the onside, but hasn't got a good connection. Finds an outside edge, and this time beaten. 14 gone. It's 125 for 3. Still a decent total on the board. A required total would be somewhere around 180. The setup, the kind of setup the opening pair has created for the upcoming batters, you can expect that 180, 190 on the board. And they would be expecting that too. Last 6 overs, that's going to decide where they're going to end up. If the bowlers can take more wickets, then that total, we are expecting that's not possible. Otherwise, they will go beyond that. 36 balls, if you calculate or run a ball, then still 175, 180 would be possible. Beaten. Beaten. That's a medicine. That's actually a medicine for the bowlers. If you are hitting the if you the batters are hitting the ball hard, and if you want to stop that runs, then you can go for the Yorkers, wide Yorkers or Yorkers. Gone, I think. Just need to check. The umpire is going to check there. Loud of appeal that is. But I think he's gonna surely miss that leg stump. That's why he's not interested in that. He's standing just wide from the stump, so that's why he survives. But by looking at first, I think he was plumb in front, but that leg stump was the issue. Again a Yorker, again a Yorker. Hold him, totally clean the stumps, dismiss him off. That's what I was talking about. If you are able to hit it right areas, Yorker is the medicine for the bowlers, medicine for the spacers. You miss, I hit. Absolutely no chance has been given for the batter to settle in. Leg stump is gone. Hard hit on the leg stump too. Beautiful ball that is. He targets that small gap between the bat and the pads and got amazing result with that. That's the first wicket came on the name of Tanmay. And that back-to-back wickets is always going to put pressure on the batters there. At one point of time, they were looking flawless. When that opening pair was batting, the pitch is looking different. The bowlers are looking different, and now they went back to the pavilion, and just you can see that result. The game is changing a lot. It has been taken a U-turn there. That's the fourth wicket they have got. Would be happy with the performances of the bowlers. Full toss, full toss. Well, that is gonna surely gonna clear the boundary. The way he came and adjusted himself up. Well, that's one flaw. When you are attempting that Yorker, there is always a chance of making an error, and that ball will be converted into the full toss sometimes. So if you are planning for the Yorker, then make sure that you plan perfectly because there is a very less margin of error. If you are able to make that error, then that's going to be a gift for the batter because that's converted into the full toss and that's going to be easy. Oh, what is happening out there? What is happening here? That's the fifth wicket they have lost. I can't believe it. It's unbelievable. And that's a mistake done by the batter itself. Mix up was there. There absolutely hasn't run there. Why they ran? I'm still wondering. The ball was into the hands of the fielder, and then he threw the ball. He threw the ball, and still they are running. Oh God! Oh dear! What you did there? That's another wicket that falls down. That's the fifth wicket, and that means the half of the team is back to pavilion now. Two wickets came in this over. One on the name of Tanmay. That's a brilliant piece of delivery that we have seen, and now that's a mix-up. It's gonna be another wicket that is there. 100. Oh, gone! Dismissed! Tanmay, you beauty! It was on the money. What a ball that is! That's the third wicket of this over. Second on the name of Tanmay. He's just dismissing the stumps. He's just dislocating the stumps out of the ground. What a ball again. Just have a look at that. He's just targeting that good area. He's just looking for that gap, small gap between the bat and bats. And he's getting that extraordinary result here. That's something inexplicable. It's beyond imagination. He has done a great job for the team. Three wickets straight away in the same over. That's the over they were looking for. That's the sixth wicket down for IIT Roorkee. 15 gone. It's 132 for six. Oh, we were thinking about that 190, but it's now looking out of range. You need to take care of that wise and extras. You need to hang in there. Just try to support the other bowler by placing the ball into the right areas because these two batters are new to the crease now. It's not going to be easy to make that 190 on the board now. Last 5 overs remaining, and they have lost 6 wickets. That back-to-back wickets always trouble the batters and always disturb the momentum. Appealing for that, appealing for the stumping also. Is sure with that, but nobody's interested. I think he's inside the crease itself, so would not be that trouble for the umpire to give that decision not out. That pressure you can sense that pressure. Just imagine the pressure on these two batters now. Just imagine they were 100 for one, and within a 30 runs of period, within that less margin, they have lost 6 wickets. Need a miraculous innings from one of the batter now to reach that 180, 190. Otherwise, the other team can bundle you out within that 160, 170. That should be the total in mind for IIT Roorkee at the moment because they have lost a couple of wickets. All they need to hang in there, hang in for the 20th over. The game makes that U-turn. It's the game full of surprises. And that's a surprise package for the fans. Oh, just over the fielder there. The chance, a half chance was there. Take that catch. He was in a good position, but the ball went over the head of him. So couldn't able to complete that catch. Each and every ball is getting disastrous for IIT Roorkee. Smashed nicely. Oh, that should have been taken. The fielder was right there. He's standing inside. He's standing two steps. He would have gone if he was standing at the boundary line. Just have a look at that. He's well inside that boundary row. If he is there at the boundary line, then he would have gone. That's going to be the seventh wicket then. But that's something that's going to boost the confidence of the batter because he has got a boundary, and they were in the need of that. They were in the need of that run. So runs should come no matter what, how they are coming. Tanmay Sahu is gonna be back in the attack. He's not gonna stop that because he's gonna complete that three more overs, and he should. Oh, inside edge. He's gonna surely get a single on that occasion. Surely not getting a single on that occasion because the fielder is right there inside the circle. Have to deal with that singles and doubles, and you can get that boundaries in between. First of all, you have to hang in there. That's the only motto. That should be only the motto for the upcoming overs. We'll have that runs on your name. If you stick in there till the last moment, we have that 30 more balls. So 4 overs more left in after this over. So you can still achieve that good total on the board. You can still achieve that 165, 170 on the board. Just don't go for the big shot. Just play according to the minute of the ball, and you are good to go. You can still achieve that 170, 160, 165, and that's going to be a decent total, I believe. Yes, they will be short of few runs, but you cannot do that much with that. You have to focus on the present. Forget what happened in the past. Just a good batting, that is. Just placing the ball, getting that singles, avoiding that dot balls. And that is going to be key for the batters here. Heal is there on the crease now. Last ball. It's again a Yorker, but played with a straight bat and bang. That's a statement that is given to the Yorker. Nothing wrong in the delivery, just a beautiful timing. It's a picture perfect on drive that we have witnessed from Keel. What a way to end that over. 17 gone. It's 149 for 6. IIT Roorkee. Something to cheer as they've got that boundaries in the back-to-back overs, so they will try to get that one boundary from an over. That's going to be okay for them to reach towards 170, 175. Ajit, he's going to complete his spell in this over. He's bowling his last over. It's expensive today. We'll try to come back. We'll try to fill that column. He would be happy to fill that column of wicket in this last over of his spell. Let's see what happens here. Last 3 overs remaining. Beautiful ball. Beaten 2 times. Just a single he wanted to take and grabbed it. That's stolen, not taken. 150 up on the board for IIT Roorkee. Good total. It's still a good total, and all thanks to that opening pair because they were building a good partnership. They are able to set up a tone for the upcoming batters. Then they lost their wicket. Lofted shot. Got a boundary. Gill is on fire. Able to free their arms and got a massive boundary through the covers. He's flawless. He's magnificent with the bat so far. We have seen that on drive from his back. Enough timing on the ball to clear the boundary this time also. He's opening the arms now. He's just gonna go for the boundaries and the maximums. Coming forward, two steps again, smashed. But now the fielder is there at the boundary line. Only gonna get a single. 155 up on the board. Still 2 overs left after this ball. So they can still achieve that 170, 175. A single they will take to end that over. 18 gone, it's 156 for 6. He's dealing with the Yorkers. He's just trying to correct his line and length. A good work by Dr. Alok because on the other side, Gill is batting superbly. You want that the batter more on the crease. He can grab that boundaries and he can go for the lofted shot. He's having immense power in his bottom hand. This time again a good Yorker ball racing towards the boundary, and I think he's gonna hit that. It doesn't matter it came from the mid of the bat or not. It only matters that they've got a boundary. Just wanted to hit it to the different area. Just wanted to go for the big shot, big maximum, but the ball finds an edge and travels towards the boundary. They will welcome the runs. They are in the need of that already. It doesn't matter. Swing and a miss. This time beaten. Tanmay Sahu, he bowled brilliantly so far. He's bowling his third over and 2 wickets already on the name of him. He's focusing more on the wickets. Hammers that off, but finds a fielder. Coming back for the second no. Have to settle down with a single. Good work by the fielder at the back. Forcing the batters to settle down with a single. Flicks it towards the onside. Coming back for the single. He would have gone if the direct hit comes. That's not the case, and that's why we to complete that run. And now the Keel is back on strike. Last ball is coming off this over of Tanmay. Flick of a wrist and just a pure placement. Classic connection with the bat to get a boundary. Has got a sweet end to that over. 2 boundaries came from this over. Gill is just adjusting himself up and scoring the boundaries, scoring that important runs for the team. Just flick of a wrist, smooth shot to get a boundary. And the end of the over of Tanmay. 19 gone, it's 167 for 6. Well, that is going to be the last over. Dr. Alok will try to freeze arms also with the better way to get that single on board and give that strike to Gill because he's striking the ball, he's playing that proper cricketing shots and placing the ball, focusing more on the timing, and he can use that strong bottom hand also. We have seen that plenty of times. He just wanted to go for the lofted shot. Yuvraj used responsibility on his shoulders to restrict that total under 180 now. 169 we have already got. They have stolen two on that occasion. That means he's on strike. And again, a single has been taken down. Now, Kill is on strike. A good work by these two batters here. They have lost a couple of wickets, and Gill came and he's just conquering the field. He's just conquering, scoring the runs, getting that boundaries. Four more balls he has now. Would be aiming for that 180 at least. Beaten, totally beaten. That was a slow one. He just couldn't identify that. Was waiting for the ball to come, and he was expecting a good pace, but he kept it slow. Change in the pace, and that beats the batter. Again beaten. This time he kept it wide Yorker. He kept it more fuller. Good over. Very good over from Yuvraj so far. Because he has given that 3 runs only, restricting that total, restricting that runs. But I think he's going to go for the big shot now in this ball. He's going to go for the maximum, or the wicket is coming. Stripes that off. The fielder will be there coming back for the second. No, have to settle down to the single because the fielder is right there. No scope has been given to take that second run. He would have gone if he's coming back for the second. Last ball. Decent over. Absolutely a class over so far from Yuvraj. That's straight up in the air. That should have been taken. That touched the sky and coming back. Caught and bowled. What an over. Only 4 runs and a wicket on his name. So a sweet end they have got. At one point of time, we were all thinking that 180, how is that possible from here on? But these two batters striking, maintaining that good strike rate, building a good partnership. And then we were expecting that 180. Then again, this bowler came in. He saw that opportunity, beating that batter again and again by having that good line and length, having that variation in the pace. And then he has got a wicket on the name too, restricting that total to 171. Would be able to see now in the second innings that the total is enough or not. But a good work by all the bowlers and the batters in the end. Gill, he was flawless till the end, just adding that important runs. Dr. Alok supported him, and because of that, 171 we are able to see. IIT Roorkee scored that 171 after 20 overs. The chase is coming up now, so don't go anywhere. We'll having that more entertainment coming. A short break is there, and the chase is gonna start. That's a classical wicket there. They've got a boundary on the first ball and then wicket. Dislocated the stumps totally out of the ground. That's totally dismissed. Got a breakthrough in the first over itself. Hanish Gaur. I've started off with the spinners. Scored a boundary at the first ball and then he got out. Aggressive fields placement by IIT Roorkee there. IIT Palakkad, they need that 172 on the board to win this game. Long way to go. Need to have that wickets in their hand. Need to stick in there. Oh, beaten totally. Left arm spinners, they're always going to create the troubles for the right-handed batters. They will always try to create that opportunity. That's why the sleep is in place. Just in case that outside edge came and the ball travels towards that area, he should be in the place. So it's a good field setup by the captain himself. And the bowlers, if they do a great job by hitting a good areas, then they can bring more wickets. If you have that left-hand spinners in your team, then you have that advantage. It's a weapon that you can use anytime. If you want to take that wicket, bring that left-arm spinners. That's not gonna give that single. One gone, a boundary came, and then in the immediate effect that we have seen that he has lost a wicket on the next ball. Good comeback. Hanish Garg strikes in the first over. 4 for 1 after 1. IIT Palakkad. Prashant Singh, the new bowler coming in, and now they have introduced a pacer as well. They have to try pacers as well. If they are able to get that wicket in the initial overs, then they will try to continue that this combination. One end they will try to continue with the spinners, and the other they will have that pacer so they can benefit from both the sides. Oh, beautiful ball that is. Played with the soft hands at the last moment. When you get that wicket in the initial overs, they will always trouble the batters there because if you have that good total on the board, they will have that the batters will have that confusion that whether to play with soft hands, whether to go with a lofted shot. And in search of that runs, they will sometimes lose a wicket. Sleep is still in place. That's a good field placement, I believe. In the initial overs, when you have that good total on the board, you can try to go for the wicket and you need that aggressive field. Captain is supporting the pacers and it's all about the teamwork. You have to identify what the pacer can bring to the board and accordingly have to support him with the field placement he wanted. Prashant Singh he's going to search another wicket. Still a decent total on the board, all thanks to the kill. And the partnership was building for the seventh wicket. In the last moment, they hang in, scored important runs for the team. And that's why it's a big total we are able to see. We were already able to get that good partnership in the first innings, 100 runs, more than 100. Opening pair was phenomenal. Then they bought that back-to-back wickets in the picture. Then again, some partnership was built in. Then again, in the same over, they have lost 3 wickets. And then that two batters in the end able to get that 170 plus on the board. That's what the aim was initially. Able to get what they wanted, what they were looking for in the end. Both the batters are yet to get off the mark. Four back-to-back dots from Prashant Singh. And that's how you should go. You have got a wicket on the previous over. And if you are able to get that back-to-back dots in this over, then you are maintaining that pressure that I generated in the previous over. Again, beaten. Beautiful piece of delivery that is from Prashant Singh. Five back-to-back dots, not able to grab that singles. That's a big plus point for IIT Roorkee. When IIT Roorkee were batting, they were just focusing more on the singles and doubles, focusing more on the strike rotation. The more dots you will face, you are going to put the pressure on yourself. Just flick. Finally, he's going to get a single, I think. Yes, completes that. Only a single run came from this over. Two gone, it's 5 for 1, IIT Palakkad. गेंदबाजों की जीत हुई अब तक का अच्छा स्टार्ट दिला चुके और ये अपील उंगली उठी और सफलता ये दूसरे विकेट का पतन हुआ है हनीश गौर गजब की गेंदबाजी कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे वो दूसरे ओवर लेके आए और पहली गेंद पे एक और सफलता पैरों पे लगी गेंद और सीधा उंगली उठी है चिंताजनक ये मुकाबला अब चिंता और बढ़ेगी जिस तरह से यहाँ पे विकेट जा रहे शुरुआती ओवर्स में एक बड़ी पार्टनरशिप चाहिए यहाँ से आसान काम होने वाला है नहीं लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर अपना जादू दिखाते हुए वो शिकंजा कसते हुए एक बार फिर से 2 विकेट टोटल में गई है आईआईटी पलक्कड की और दोनों के दोनों लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर हनीश कौर के नाम इससे बढ़िया स्टार्ट आपको मिल नहीं सकता ये तो ड्रीम स्टार्ट है आईआईटी रुड़की के लिए तीसरे ओवर डाल रहे रन्स को भी रिस्ट्रिक्ट किया है और ऊपर से वो विकेट आ रही है कहीं ना कहीं यहाँ पे अब काउंटर अटैक का प्रयास होगा क्या ये अब देखने वाली बात है क्योंकि काउंटर अटैक कभी कभार आपको करना चाहिए होता है लेकिन वहां पे एक गलती की गुंजाइश नहीं है वो थोड़ा सा आप जोखिम उठा सकते हो वैसे भी अगर आप डिफेंड करके वो विकेट जा रही है तो फिर वो बड़े शॉट के लिए जाइए ओवर प्ले में स्पेशली सिक्का चला तो फिर एक अच्छा टोटल हो पाएगा पावर प्ले के बाद अदरवाइज वो तो विकेट वैसे भी गिरने ही है ही स्लिप अभी भी तैनात है नया बल्लेबाज स्ट्राइक पे सॉफ्ट हैंड के साथ खेला हल्के हाथों से खेला that's something needs to be taken care of you have to hang in there for next 5 overs that's going to be the motto that's going to be a focus should be otherwise things would get tougher for you if they lose one more wicket here then cherry on top for IIT Roorkee but that's a disaster they're going to build for themselves now good placement absolutely magnificent Srinath sir showing his potential what he can do just watching the ball closely and then open the face of a bat little and just given that soft direction, softness to the bat, and the ball flows to the boundary. Beautiful shot. Time to perfection. Need that more shots in the upcoming overs. That's going to be a pressure releasing shot. That's for sure. They were in search of that runs and he got a boundary for the team. Nothing is better than that. And again, the plate with the soft hands. Anish Kaur. He's got a he's given a dream start for the team. Last ball of the third. A boundary came, but a wicket also. Oh, wonderfully done. That is a brilliance from the bat from Srinath sir. Just tackling with the spinner, just giving that soft touch with the bat and placing the ball towards the third man again and again. Absolutely no chance to stop the ball. Just giving a beautiful direction and getting that boundaries. Sensible batting, runs coming. That was important. That is important in this scenario. 3 gone, 13 for 2. प्रशांत सिंह कंटिन्यू करेंगे दूसरे छोर से एक का स्लिप अभी भी तैनात है तो कहीं ना कहीं अभी भी एक विकेट की तलाश है वो पावर प्ले अभी तक देखा जाए तो फिर आईआईटी रुड़की के नाम रहा है लेकिन वो 2 शॉट कमाल के थे नजाकत अद्भुत दृश्य 2 बार वैसा कारनामा कर दिया एक ही ओवर में ये बीट हो गए एक सिलसिला चलता जा रहा है प्रशांत सिंह आ रहे और विकेट लेने का प्रयास है बैक टू बैक डॉट्स खेलने के लिए मजबूर कर रहे तो ये अच्छी बात है तो फ्रस्ट्रेशन होता है बैटर को बैक टू बैक अगर आप बीट करते हो उनको तो उस चक्कर में कहीं ना कहीं वो बड़े शॉट का प्रयास रहता है रन्स आ नहीं रहे 5 गेंदें खेल चुके हैं तो फिर वो दबाव बढ़ता है वो ऐसा होने नहीं देना चाहते ये सिंगल आया इसी के साथ खाता खुलेगा रनों का बैलेंस खुलता हुआ श्रीनाथ सर अभी अभी आए मैदान पे लेकिन जिस तरह से वो शॉट खेले प्लेसमेंट लाजवाब था रिस्ट वर्क काफी बढ़िया तो दिशा दिखाई 2 बार बैकवर्ड रीजन में और चौके हासिल किए बहुमूल्य चौके थे सब जानते हैं उनकी अहमियत उन चौकों की अहमियत एक बार फिर से कमाल की प्लेसमेंट है ये लाजवाब प्लेसमेंट कर रहे उस वजह से ही शायद बैकवर्ड पॉइंट और पॉइंट पे वो फील्डर तैनात है उनको पता है कि वो बैकवर्ड रीजन उनको खेलना पसंद है और बॉल को अपनी तरफ आने दे रहे बैकफुट पे जाके ज्यादा प्रहार करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं तो फिर उसके चलते हुए कहीं ना कहीं पॉइंट और बैकवर्ड पॉइंट पे फील्डर तैनात है और स्लिप अभी भी मौजूद है बस बाउंड्रीज रोकने चाहते हैं यहाँ पे अगर बाउंड्रीज आपने रोक ली तो फिर काम बन जाएगा आपका पावर प्ले अगर आपके नाम आपने कर दिया तो फिर आने वाले समय में दिक्कत होगी बैटर्स को यहाँ पे फिर से क्या मौका बना था देखने वाली बात है क्या वो एज लगा था बॉल पड़ के हल्का सा काटा बदला अंदर की तरफ आई गेंद उस वजह से बीट हो गए काफी अच्छा पकड़ के रखा हुआ है अभी तक प्रशांत ने ये दूसरी ओवर डाल रहे 10 गेंदें डाल चुके हैं 3 रन केवल दिए और 2 रन तो इसी ओवर में आए एक ओवर में पहले जो ओवर डाला था उसमें एक ही रन आया था इस बार भी खेलना कहीं चाहते थे गेंद गई कहीं और यहाँ पे क्या मौका बन सकता था नहीं वो थ्रो किया नहीं 4 के बाद 17 पे 2 स्ट्राइक रखेंगे अपने पास अतोती भरत कृष्णा पीट किया डॉट के साथ ओवर की समाप्ति अतोती अगले ओवर में स्ट्राइक अपने पास होगी 16 के बाद 4 के बाद 16 पे 2 We'll try to continue with this left arm spinner. He has taken that two important wickets, and they will surely gonna complete their spell. And they should be completing the spell of the left arm spinner. Yes, they've got that good start. They've got a couple of wickets, but if they get more wickets, then cherry on top for IIT Roorkee. That's why it's not gonna stop him from bowling his spell. They will try to continue that same bowler, left arm spinner. And on the other side, they can bring that change because the Prashant has got 2 overs. Maybe they can complete its spell also. A lot is dependent on that. What is gonna do? They are gonna do in this over. Two sleeps are in place now. Hammers that, finds the gap. Beautiful shot. Got a boundary on the first ball. Just coming towards the pitch of the ball, identified that where it's gonna ball, and then got plenty of room to hit that just over the head of the mid-on fielder. He's taken a time, and now he has got that chance to free his arms, and that's why he's able to get that. He's able to get that boundary. But on the second ball, I think it's got a wicket. It's got one more wicket there. What is happening here? Hanish is repeating the pattern, repeating the history. In the previous over also, when he was bowling in the first over, he's got a boundary on the ball, and then he has got a wicket on the next ball. That's how they are building up here. हनीश गौर, इनके ऊपर गौर करने की जरूरत है अब बैटर्स को. ये तीसरी सफलता ले चुके हैं, 3 विकेट जा चुके हैं इन टोटल, और तीनों के तीनों हनीश के नाम. कमाल की गेंदबाजी है. 20 पे 3 स्कोर है. यहां से वो कमबैक करना बहुत मुश्किल रहेगा. हो सकता है जरूर, लेकिन वो काफी सोच सोच के खेलना पड़ेगा, सूझबूझ के साथ खेलना पड़ेगा आने वाले बैटर्स को. वो प्लेटफॉर्म सेट हुआ नहीं, वो सेट करना पड़ेगा और फिर आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा. तो सबसे मेन प्रायोरिटी रहेगी कि वो पार्टनरशिप. वो अगर नहीं पनपेगी तो फिर आसानी हो जाएगी यहाँ पे IIT रोड की को ये मुकाबला अपने नाम करने में. ये काफी बड़ा टोटल है. आप चाहते हो कि विकेट ना गवाए, विकेट जा रहे. शुरू, नए बल्लेबाज अब स्ट्राइक पे. लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैटर वर्सेस लेफ्ट आर्म स्पिनर. ये देखने लायक होगा. शायद ये अराउंड द विकेट आएंगे उनके लिए. वो एंगल चाहते क्रिएट करना तो राइट हैंडेड बैटर्स के खिलाफ तो वो आसानी से हो जाएगा, लेकिन लेफ्ट हैंडेड बैटर्स के खिलाफ अगर आपको करना है तो भी अराउंड द विकेट ही आना पड़ेगा. ओवर द विकेट से वो अच्छा है. देखते कि कौन सी रणनीति अपना दे. वो स्लीप अभी भी तैनात है, और ये देखिए फील्ड प्लेसमेंट खुद से कर रहे हैं. वो कप्तान को बता रहे हैं मुझे ये फील्ड चाहिए, और वो लाइसेंस भी है आपके पास कोई, वो आप फील्ड सेट कर सकते हो. 3 विकेट चटका के दिए. कप्तान कहेंगे कि और चटकाए बस. काफी ज्यादा यहाँ पे कवर्स, काफी ज्यादा पीछे खड़े स्टंप्स से. वो निशाना साधने में अच्छे हो पाएंगे शायद हनीश कौर, लेकिन यही रणनीति है शाहरुख की. चाहते हैं कि वहां पे डंडे के ऊपर प्रयास करे, लेकिन वो भी स्मार्ट है. थोड़ा सा खींचा लेंथ को अपने पीछे की ओर. पता है उनको कि क्यों कवर दे रहे उतना. हल्के हाथों से खेला. यहाँ पे सिंगल बटोर पाएंगे. थोड़ी सी मिसफील्ड, हल्की सी मिसफील्ड. सिंगल तो मिल पाएगा. 2 में कन्वर्जन हो चुका है. अभी भी एक गेंद बाकी है. इसके बाद शायद वो ओवर द विकेट भी आ सकता है. स्लिप मौजूद है. ओवर द विकेट आएंगे तो फिर और भी ज्यादा अच्छा एंगल क्रिएट होगा. वो विकेटों के ऊपर निशाना साधने की कोशिश होगी. इस गेंद में तेज डालेंगे. तेज डाला था ऑफ स्टंप के ऊपर निशाना,
लेकिन विकेट मिला नहीं। वो बिल्कुल बैट अंतिम समय पे बीच में आया। एक और बचते यहाँ से पावर प्ले की। 21 पे 3 IIT पलक्कड। I think new ball is coming in now. Need to check up on that. Yes. Stop that Prashant. He's got brilliant overs. 2 overs, the first 2 overs he has ball and restricted that runs pretty much. Now Srinath sir is on strike. We have seen that his potential, that how he can play the ball, how can he can time the ball in the gap. And he loves that backward region. So it's gonna be a crucial over. Srinath sir is on strike. He's gonna take that charge up on the bowler. Ankit Saini is bowling his first over now. Oh, beautiful ball that is. IIT Palakkad, they have won the toss, decided to field first there. Then IIT Roorkee, they are able to put that decent total on the board. More than 170 is always a good total. It's a great total, I believe. Oh, beaten. Beautiful piece of delivery that is targeting that outside of some area. Just wanted to create a patch there. Just throwing his arrows to the right place, hitting that areas again and again. He's an archer, I believe, not a bowler. That's why the slip is coming in on the next ball. Inside edge again. Couldn't time to ball there. 3 dots. That's gonna create a massive pressure on Srinath. So he has played that 2 shots pretty well, but in this over, he's not finding his edge. Required run rate सीढ़ियां चढ़ता हुआ 10 के ऊपर जा चुका है। 151 की जरूरत है 87 गेंदों में। Edged, but just away the head of slip. Just above, just above. 22 for 3 is the score now. And only a run came from this over so far. Can Sharu take up a charge? Can Sharu can bring the boundaries for the team in this over? Very hard, but it's still possible. It's all about the mindset. It's all about the approach he's going to apply in these 2 balls. If you want to play it safe, then go for the singles and doubles. Otherwise, if you have decided to go for the lofted shot, then you have to have that conviction before playing that. No, that's surely going to miss that leg stump. Appeal was there for sure from the keeper. Excellent over so far. That's the crucial over he's bowling, and only a run came from this over. He's keeping it very tight, not giving that space and time to free the arms. Last ball of the power play. Yorker to end that. I think he's surely gonna get a single. No, denied by Srinath sir, and that's a smart decision because he would have gone if he ran for that. 6 gone, and that's 22 for 3. That's only a run came from the last over of the power play. Dominance at the start of the game by the bowlers. 14 more overs left and 150 to chase. Let's see what happened. What will happen there? Change the bowling, I believe. Stop that spinner. They would have gone for the next over because he has still one more over left. Dr. Alok Kumar Pandey, new bowler coming in. He's the man supported Gill in the end. Built a good partnership with the bat with Gill. So we'll try to get that wicket in this over. We'll try to put that extra pressure by having a wicket. Good shot. A lot of wickets on offer. But the fielder is right there at the mid wicket. But receives that couple of runs on the board. I think settled down with a single itself. No, they have taken down two. Srinath sir. All eyes on them. How they play from here on. Will they able to set up a tone again? Will they able to get that momentum back? Oh, just right to place the ball again. He loves that area. He's just gonna wait for the ball to come towards him, and then he just open the face of the bat at the last moment to get that pure placement. Just trying to pierce the gap. Beaten totally, expecting a wide, but that's not going to happen because it's inside the line of the wide. Required run rate is just climbing up. Beautiful ball that is. Just keeping it fuller. So absolutely no space and time to think for Srinath sir. He's very good at the back. He can play the ball into the gap towards the third man, but third man fielder is also there. You can see that. Bang! Launched out of the park. Just not that plate. He's played with that high accuracy. He exactly knew where the fielders are. Got a boundary. That was very much required here. That fuller length again. He predicted that early and frees his arms to get a boundary. That's the third boundary came from Srinath sir's bat. Too much flight on offer and beaten. Repeating that pattern, repeating that ball again and again. 6 came from the first over of Alok. 7 gone. It's 28 for 3 IIT Palakkad. Kitsaini is going to ball the second over. Only a run has been given in the first over, and that was an over of power play. He will try to restrict that runs. He will try to put some pressure on the batters by posting them to play that more number of dots. Aggressive fielding is there. Field placement on a different level we have seen in the second innings from IIT ROORKEE. Have done a great job so far, stopping that boundaries whenever possible. And the field is widely open now, so they can place the ball into the gap. Forget about the boundaries. You can still place the ball and grab that runs for the team. But the kind of bowling they are doing here, all the pacers, all the spinners, not giving that space. They're able to beat that batters again and again. That's creating that pressure, extra pressure on the batters. And from here on, they need that one big shot from each over because the required run rate is increased to 12 now, almost to 12. One good thing that you've noticed also that for the left-handed batters, is coming around the wicket, and that always an angle comes with the mind of the bowler. You always try to create that angle, and that's the best possible side to get that beautiful angle, especially against the left-handed batter. That's why he's coming back. He's beating that batter again and again, just inch away from the stumps again. Beautiful bowling. Just Rinath sir trying to give that guidance how you can play. Now the slip is not there. Change in the fielding there. So you can now guide the ball freely towards the third man. Again a dot, I believe. One more dot came. Back-to-back dots is always going to put the pressure on the batters, and that's what Ankit is very good at. Is sticking to his line and length, having that variation with the pace also. Beating that batter again and again. He's playing at one, and he has faced that 10 deliveries. I think he's going to go for the big shot. He's frustrated, I believe. Will attempt to to go for the big shot, and that attempt was there, but hits the bottom part of the bat. And then again a dot. Massive pressure will be there on Sharu at the moment. He grabbed a single on the last ball. He's going to keep the strike in the upcoming over. That's again a decent over by Ankit. शानदार गेंदबाजी यहाँ पे 2 ओवर डाल चुके हैं और केवल 2 रन खर्च किए. अभी तक विकेट का कॉलम भरा नहीं है, लेकिन वो भरना चाहेंगे आने वाले समय में. 8 के बाद 29 पे 3 IIT पलक्कड़. Also coming around the wicket in the next over, Dr. Alok Kumar Pandey can create that best angle. He's a leg spinner. He can create that best angle coming around the wicket. He saw that he is struggling, the batter is struggling when the bowler is coming around the wicket, so he decides to go for that in this over. Oh, very close that is. He's struggling, that's for sure. It's okay if he's taking his time, but he has to make sure then he have to capitalize. He can play that number of dots, but at the same time, must be having a great plan there. Pulls that hard towards the square leg, but the fielder is right there. You're surely not going to get that boundary easily. You have to place the ball in the gap to get a boundary because the field is open now. "31 for 3, still a long way to go." It's the run rate, if you talk about required run rate, it's more than 12. Need that one big shot in each and every over, otherwise they will be too late. From this over, they have to go for the big shot. They have to they have to take that risk. There is no other option. Went up in the air, takes the aerial route. The fielder will be under it, drops it, puts it down. That would have been the 4th wicket. And the captain would be unhappy to see that. Bowlers trying their level best. You have to take that. You have to have that support from the fielders. Again went. Just have a look at that. The ball went straight up in the air. The fielder was right there and drops it down. The sun is shining up. I understand. I can understand, but it should have been taken. It's a practice catch. A distance, that elevation was the issue definitely, but that could have been taken, and that would have been the fourth wicket. Then try to try to pull that out. Try to pull that towards that mid wicket again, but hasn't got a good connection. The ball stuck there on the pitch itself. Last ball of this over. Only 3 runs came from this over so far. Started off with a wide, so that one, and then 2 singles. That's the only thing we have in this over. He's gonna take a strike with him on the upcoming over. 9 gone is 33 for 3. IIT Palakkad. नए गेंदबाज सौरभ को बुलाया अब। अभी तक पूरी तरह से पकड़ के रखा है। वो चांस था, वो करीबी मामला था। एक समय का ऐसा लगा था कि वो कैच हो जाएगा, उतना मुश्किल था नहीं। वो मिसजज कर दिया, बाद में चिटक गया हाथों से। कितना कॉस्टली प्रूव होगा अब ये आने वाला समय बताएगा। 3-3 पे 3 है स्कोर। 139 चाहिए 66 गेंदों में। 11 ओवर का खेल बाकी है। स्लिप तैनात सौरभ के लिए। करीबी मामला, उंगली उठी और एक और झटका। पहले ही गेंद पे सौरभ ने वो कारनामा किया। चौथी विकेट का पत्तन। ज्यादा समय लगा नहीं। पिछले गेंद में वो कैच छोड़ा था, लेकिन ना उसके ठीक अगले ओवर में पहले ही गेंद पे वो चौथी विकेट हासिल की है। सौरभ के नाम ये पहली सफलता। शुरू थोड़े से स्ट्रगल कर ही रहे थे, अब जाना होगा वापस पैविलियन। ये तो बिल्कुल दर्द और बढ़ेगा जिस तरह से यहाँ पे गेंदबाजी हो रही है। वो टिक नहीं रहा है कोई भी क्रीज पे। वो बड़ा मुश्किल का काम होता है। फिर आप अगर बड़े लक्ष्य को चेस करना चाहते हो तो फिर आपको विकेट हाथों में चाहिए होती है। विकेट जा रहे, रन्स भी रोके हुए हैं पूरी तरह से, तो फिर मुश्किलें बढ़ती हुई, साफ बढ़ती हुई यहाँ पे आईआईटी पलक्कड़ के लिए। सौरभ को बुलाया था और वो विकेट हासिल करवा के दिया पहले ही गेंद पे। हल्की सी एज लगी, बाहरी किनारा, और फिर विकेट कीपर ने कोई गलती की नहीं। Now they need that 139 runs more. If they want to chase that, then only a partnership can create that miracle. Without having that miraculous partnership, then there will be a chance to come back in the game. Otherwise, things would be different. Things would be tougher for the batters. Just have a look at that. He's got a turn as well, and he's wonderful with the ball. He's bowling his first over, 2 dots of wicket on the first ball. Visant is a new batter that comes in. That's a wide signal by the umpire. That's an extra run. That's going to be added to the team's total there. The quadrant is clinched to 14 now. Almost 14 runs required in each and every over. Really staying low. He's not giving that pace. He exactly know where to ball and how to ball. And he's just delivering it at his level best at the moment. Spinning the fingers over the ball. A single has been taken and now he's off the mark with that. Only a run came from this over. You forget that wide. That's going to be already added to the team's total, but that's a great over that we are witnessing here. Last ball, Srinath Surya's on strike. He's the man. He can go for the lofted shot there. Played with the soft hands. The ball just drifts in after pitching. That's why there is no other option he had apart from playing the ball with the soft hands. Half of the innings is done, and that's a disastrous start for IIT Palakkad. 35 for 4 after 10. Can they bring some change in the upcoming overs in the second half of the second innings? That's what we need to see now. Otherwise, the bowlers are going to dominate. I've already done a great job there. 4 wickets they have taken, and now the kill is coming in. गिल साहब ने वो अच्छा प्रदर्शन किया था पहले इनिंग में. बैट के साथ वो इंपॉर्टेंट रन जोड़े थे और अब बॉल के साथ भी शायद वही जोड़ना चाहेंगे. वो कंट्रीब्यूशन देना चाहेंगे अपने टीम के लिए. पर इससे बेहतर प्लेटफॉर्म हो नहीं सकता गिल के लिए, क्योंकि 4 विकेट जा चुके. तो कहीं ना कहीं प्लेटफॉर्म पूरी तरह से सेट करके रखा हुआ है गेंदबाजों ने. हवा में जरूर थी, लेकिन फील्डर के पास थोड़ी सी आगे गिरी. तो कोशिश वही रहेगी कि और सफलता जल्दी से जल्दी हासिल करे, जल्दी से जल्दी इस इनिंग को समाप्त करे. लेकिन जब तक श्रीनाथ सर मैदान पे, थोड़ा सा उम्मीद है, थोड़ी सी उम्मीद जरूर है. कोई रूम ज्यादातर दे नहीं रहे बल्लेबाज को, चाहे वो कौन सा भी गेंदबाज हो. वो पार्टनरशिप पनप रही है. एक गेंदबाज वहां से प्रेशर बढ़ाया हुआ है, दूसरा गेंदबाज आके वो विकेट चटका रहा है. उस वजह से स्टंपिंग काफी तेज की थी, लेकिन क्रीज के अंदर थे, कोई खतरा था नहीं. और रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन कमाल की, प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड कमाल का. पीछे खड़े हुए और अपॉर्चुनिटी खोज रहे. ड्राइव काफी कॉन्फिडेंस के साथ किया था. यहाँ पे मौका बना, दुर्घटना घटी. एक और सफलता, 5वें विकेट का पतन. यहाँ पे बड़ी विकेट, बहुत ही बड़ी विकेट ये. विशांत वहां पे बॉल को देख रहे थे, दूसरी तरफ से स्ट्राइक रोटेट करना चाहते थे, स्ट्राइक अपने पास रखना चाहते थे श्रीनाथ सर, लेकिन उनको पता ही नहीं चला श्रीनाथ सर कब दौड़ लगाई उन्होंने. बिल्कुल देखा था नहीं. उस वजह से एक और विकेट, बहुत बड़ी विकेट गई है ये. बहुत ज्यादा अहमियत होगी इस विकेट की, कि एक ही ऐसे बल्लेबाज थे जो प्लेस कर रहे थे बॉल को कैप्स में. वो बाउंड्रीज तलाश रहे थे, उनको मिल भी रही थी. तो 17 बना के वापस जाना पड़ेगा अब. 35 पे 5, बहुत ही ज्यादा खतरा. 15 का रिक्वायर्ड रन रेट है. तो इस वजह से श्रीनाथ चाहते थे कि अपने पास स्ट्राइक रखे, लेकिन उन्होंने देखा ही नहीं था विशाल ने उनकी तरफ. वो बस बॉल की तरफ देख रहे थे, उनको पता था कि फील्डर मौजूद है वहां पे, तो सिंगल मिलेगी नहीं आसानी से। उस वजह से वो दौड़ नहीं लगाई। तो सही सही फैसला विशाल का, क्योंकि उन्होंने देखा नहीं था, बॉल की तरफ देखना ज्यादा जरूरी था। लेकिन श्रीनाथ सर को वो स्ट्राइक चाहिए थी। उनको भी बताया कि अगर यहाँ से वो बड़े प्रहार आएंगे नहीं तो फिर वो मुश्किलें बढ़ेगी और बढ़ेगी। In search of that single, they have lost the wicket. One more mix up and more difficulties for IIT Palakkad. 35 for 5 after 11. Saurabh, the ball is beautiful over. The first over was magnificent. And again, gone. Umpire raised his finger on the very first ball. He's able to get that wicket. He's creating that history. He's repeating that history. On the very first ball of his spell, he has got a wicket, and now on the second over, he just started off and bang, plumb in front, raised his finger and said, yes, he's out. Out of the very first ball, Santakumar Mohan hasn't got that run on his name. 35 for 6 is the score for IIT Palakkad. And that's the second wicket on the name of Saurabh. Now, each and every ball that is coming in and getting the wickets. In the previous over, we have seen that mix-up came, and because of that, Srinath Sir went back to the pavilion. Now, that's gonna be more difficulties for the upcoming batters because Yuvraj, this might be the last batting where rest of all will be the tailenders. So the complete dominance so far from IIT Roorkee in the second innings. Yuvraj is going to face the first ball there. Wasn't that easy? It's not going to be easy for the batters there. Vishant still can bat. He's having that strong use of bottom hand. He can use that pretty well to get a boundaries, but he need that support from the other end. The more you face that number of dots, the better the chances will be to create that pressure. And once you are coming under pressure, then it's going to be easy for the bowler to take your wicket. That's the basic thing that I'm applying here. It's a basic thing, but it's very hard to apply. Need tremendous amount of effort if you want to force the batters to play that number of dots. If you want to increase that number of dots, because the field is widely open, that's a very much required boundary. No fielder at all at that position. Just a slight change in the length, and you paid the price for that. Was that hard through the covers, through the mid wickets? Apologies for that. A big gap was there. No fielder at all that has been placed in that area. It was very much required boundary. The batters only know the importance of that boundary. Stop that single. Don't want to take that risk more. Well gone. It's 39 for 6 IIT Palakkad. Smashed, but the fielder will be there. Hasn't got a good timing with the ball. He is starting off his second over. Only a run came from the first over. I think it was a middle over. And the run came in the second over. He added that runs in the end. He was the only man standing tall. Just have settled up with the platform, the opening pair of IIT ROORKEE, they have settled up the platform, but at one point of time, they were losing plenty of wickets. They have lost 3 wickets in the single over, and then Dr. Alok Kumar and Gill. These are the two batters standing strong in the last moment and added that important runs because at one point of time that was 132 for 6 is the score, and then that two batters added a different flavor, did their touch to the bat, and then they were flawless. A single has been taken by Yuvraj. Now Vishant is back on strike. Right now they are playing for the pride. There is absolutely no scope at all by looking at this scenario. They can win the game, but they can still try. They can still try to get closer to that target. And once you lose the wickets in the start of the game, then it's going to be very tough for the upcoming batters, for the middle order, to set up the tone. Especially when you are chasing that 170 plus target. It's not that easy to chase when you lose the wickets in the initial overs, and that's a good job that has been done by the bowlers of IIT Roorkee. Third and gone, it's 42 for 6 now. Saurabh is going to continue, that's for sure. They will try to bundle them up soon as they can. That is going to be the primary focus now. Drives with the confidence. Fielder is there. The offside is packed, I believe, because we have seen that in the previous over of Saurabh, he smashed the ball off through the square leg and got a boundary easily. No fielder at all at the fine and square, I believe. We cannot see the fielder in frame when the ball travels there. So Saurabh is trying to keep that outside the off stump area again and again, and he's getting that result. It's stopped by the fielder. Only a single came from that over. Explosion on the scoreboard with the wickets there. We can see that 6 wickets they have lost. That's why it's very hard to come back in the game. Or deflection from Gill, and the ball races towards the boundary. Just guides the ball there towards long off. The fielder was exactly there, just bent onto the knees, and that deflection, that extra bounce at the last moment was very much required. Just that's a breather for them. These two batters only hoping that they are going to stick it to the last moment. They just want to play that 20 overs full. There's 38 balls, 124 required, so they can get closer to the target. That's going to be the primary focus now. They will try not to lose the wickets. Will try to play that 20 overs full. 49 for 6. One more ball to go in the 14th over. The fielder is there. He's going to keep that strike Yuvraj on the upcoming over. I think Vishant. Let's see who's going to be on strike on the upcoming over. The single has been taken down in the last ball. 14 gone. It's 50 up for IIT Palakkad. 50 for 6 after 14. Only get a single on that occasion. The fielder will be there at the long off. Dominance we are able to see there from the bowlers of IIT Roorkee, and they are just roaring at the moment. They have started that roaring with the bat, and now with the ball also. They are flawless. They are magnificent. Went up in the air. Fielder is just away from where the ball went. He survives with that. A single they wanted, but unable to get it. Again, a dot. Yes, I mean they are playing for the pride, just so they just wanted to get closer to target as much as they can. They will try to get closer. We'll try to build a partnership here. We'll try to play that 5 more overs. Oh, too much flight on offer. Bang. The fielder is not there. That's a gift that has been offered by the bowler to the batter. He's not going to miss that. Yuvraj, he was ready for the ball. He was just waiting for the ball to come towards the bat. And once it came, he smashed through the covers to get a boundary. Last ball. Oh, beaten totally. That late spin. Wasn't expecting that. 15 gone. It's 56 for 6, IIT Palakkad. Smacked away nicely, but the fielder is there. He's going to stop the ball. Not going to get a boundary there. Required run rate is over 23 now. Need that 23 runs per over. That's not possible. Need to hit it hard on each and every ball. IIT Roorkee, they're just waiting for the win. They are looking for more wickets. Need that 4 more wickets to win this game. Times the ball, places the ball to grab a single there. That partnership was required. They're building up right now, but that partnership was required in the initial overs. Nobody is able to sit up there. That's why it was easy for the bowlers to take more wickets. ऐसे बस औपचारिकता बची है अब, फॉर्मेलिटीज बचे. उसके बाद में 4 ओवर बचते हैं, 24 बॉल और 113 रनों की जरूरत है अभी. टॉस जीत के कहीं ना कहीं गेंदबाजी का फैसला किया था पहले. उसके ऊपर भी थोड़ा सा सोचेंगे अब, हल्के हाथों से खेला, सिंगल बटोर लेंगे आसानी से। और ये पैटर्न रहा है कुछ पिछले पिछले कुछ मैचेस का। हमने देखा कि पहले इनिंग में एक टीम आके बहुत एक शानदार टोटल खड़ी करती है, फिर दूसरे इनिंग में जो भी बल्लेबाजी कर रहा है तो कहीं ना कहीं फंस रहा है। एक लो टोटल देखने के लिए मिल रहा है सेकेंड इनिंग्स में। तो कहीं ना कहीं जा सकते थे वो बैटिंग के साथ, लेकिन शायद लक्ष्य दिमाग में रखना चाहते थे, वो डेस्टिनेशन कहाँ तक पहुंचना है उसके बारे में पता करना चाहते थे। उस वजह से कहीं ना कहीं पहले गेंदबाजी का फैसला किया। हनीश गौर उनको वापस बुलाया है, वो पहले ही बुलाना चाहिए था, क्योंकि स्पेल खत्म करनी चाहिए थी। जिस तरह से गेंदबाजी की थी, 3 विकेट उन्होंने चटकाई है। वो पहले की 3 विकेट उनके नाम रही थी, फिर उनको उनके ऊपर रोक लगाई, उनको रोका, फिर अगले गेंदबाज को बुलाया, फिर उन्होंने भी विकेट ली। तो हर एक गेंदबाज जो आ रहा था वो विकेट चटका के जा रहा था। तो कहीं ना कहीं वहां पे दबाव बढ़ा और पार्टनरशिप हुई नहीं। Bowled him, totally beats that. That's a quicker one and gets the off stump right. That's what we were talking about. Just bring this baller. He's gonna take your wicket. You miss, I hit and miss that line completely. Absolutely no flight has been given. The ball was drifting after pitching, and he is not gonna miss that opportunity. Hits that off stump. That's the 4 for Anish Kaur. He's brilliant. He's showing his class today in this game. His incredible efforts with the ball. And now that's a seventh wicket down for IIT Palakkad. Anish came and on the very first ball, he got the wicket. Wanted to go for the big shot, but missed that line again. They would have bring Anish Kaur before. But yes, he's late, but he's coming and getting a wicket. That's the pattern. And the pattern continues. Last 21 balls remaining in this match. 60 for 7. Hopefully, Anish will get his 5 for also. Last 3 balls left. Beaten. That's gotta put massive smile on the face of Anish. He's just wondering how is that possible? I'm bowling that in right areas and just an inch away from his bat. Hasn't got an outside edge with the bat. 3 balls, 3 dots. And that's gonna be a white. That's a quicker one. Pace was definitely there in that ball. He's looking for the 5-4. Still 2 balls. The hope is high for him. Can he able to make that? That's what we need to see. Gone! He's gone! That's the 5-4. That's a 5-4 from Hanish Kaur. इस बॉलर पे जरा गौर कीजिए। यही है वो खिलाड़ी जिनके नाम वो 5 विकेट, वो पहले 3 विकेट उन्होंने चटका के वो टोन सेट किया था, वो मोमेंटम अपने तरफ किया था और पूरी टीम सहारता करते हुए। कमाल की गेंदबाजी इनकी, डंडों को फिर से उखाड़ा है, लेक्सम को चलता किया है। कमाल का ये खिलाड़ी, गेंदबाजी अव्वल दर्जे की। टॉप क्लास बॉलिंग there from Hanish Kaur. It's just miraculous today. It's just magical spell. One more ball is left in his spell. But just have a look at that figures. 5 for 18. Only 18 runs and 5 big wickets on the name. He's the game changer in today's game. And that's a brilliant spell comes to an end finally. 5 wickets, 18 runs, just destroyed the scoreboard by taking Pfeiffer on his name. 17 gone, it's 61 for 8. Prashant Singh is going to ball that 2 overs, the remaining 2 overs of his spell, at 18th over and then 20th over. He's bowled brilliantly in that power play. Only 4 runs on his name. So each and every bowler, they are coming and they are putting that pressure on the batters, forcing them to play that dot deliveries. Very good bowling unit they have got here. You can see that each and every bowler, they know their job. They know how to put that pressure on the batters, and they know that importance of the bowling partnership as well. So they're trying to sticking in to the line and length, not giving that much of runs, not given that opportunity to free the arms and taking the wicket simultaneously. So that's a dominance from IIT Roorkee in this game. One-way traffic of wickets we are able to see here. I think he hits badly. I think he's able to hit that on the eye. Just have a look at that again. He must be fine. Oh, he's fine. He's fine. It's on the chest maybe. Umpires are checking on the same. He's looking fine. No worries at all. Well, that's surely gonna be white. They are in the search of that wickets on the other side. IIT Palakkad want to play that 20 overs full. Have to hang in there for more 16 more balls. Just play with the soft hands. Gonna get a single. Four more balls left in this over. Vishant is coming back on the strike. So 3 balls left. 3 more balls left. Beautiful shot that is. Having that excellent timing on the ball. Find that sweet spot of the bat, but finds a fielder straight away. Only a single. One more single. Vishant is playing at 15 now. 14 now. Into the double digits. Yorkers bowled him. That's the 9th wicket. Prashant filled the column of wicket. Got a wicket on the last ball of his over. Only a wicket left to take if they want to win this game early. And the batters, if they want to play that 20 overs, they still have to face that 12 more balls. Complete dominance in the second innings from IIT Roorkee. Too much flight on offer. Gill, he's just looking for a wicket. He's the only bowler who hasn't got a wicket on his name, so he will try to fill that column also in this over itself. We'll try to win that innings early. Not able to get that wicket. He's smiling a bit because he badly won that wicket. He's the only bowler left who hasn't got a wicket, so probably he will try to get that in this over. He stopped for a while, went up in the air, ball takes the aerial route and hammers for a six. Tanmay Sahu. You have seen his potential with the ball. Now he's showing some beautiful shots with the bat as well. That's gonna go miles away. Beautiful connect he is having. Too much flight on offer and he accepted that gift. Though it's a Christmas and he's ready for the gift. Clears the boundary rope. Single has been taken down. Beautiful shot that is from Tanmay Sahu. Ten more balls need to face if they want to play 20 overs. 100 more required. Just a flick of wrist to get a boundary. Not gonna get a boundary. Just the fielder was right there. Enough to get a single. Enough timing on the ball to get a single. That completes the over. 74 for 9 they have got. Prashant is gonna continue, I think. He's gonna complete his spell. Or Ankit. Ankit has given a bowling. He's also a bowler. One more bowler. Hasn't got a wicket on his name. I think he's gonna get it in this over. Just have a look at that spell. 2 overs, 2 runs considered. Just gonna be searching for the wicket now. Gone on the first ball. That's the end of the innings. That's the end of the match. Brilliance from the bowling, and they are able to bundle the batting unit on 74. Just have a look at that ball. This brilliant ball coming in, pitching in, going in. Just a slight momentum and kiss the top of the bills there. That's the end of the match. IIT Roorkee, they're able to get that massive victory in this game. Able to beat IIT Palakkad by a massive margin. 98 runs they short of. And that's a beautiful bowling, beautiful batting in the first inning as well. It's it's a beautiful game that we have witnessed. Thank you for joining in. We'll see you in the next game, so don't forget to catch that also. But that's it from this game as of now.